This video is brought to you by the Talent Transformation Guild, helping you stay relevant for the future of work, learning, and leadership.
I've been a leader of organizations and teams and groups, and there's lots of fears that you encounter, because sometimes you have to do things that are not particularly pleasant. You're impacting someone's life negatively, and keeping that goal in mind. We're trying to do this, but it's there's lots of fears. So how would you counsel a leader about taking on a big challenge that's going to be great for their organization? But it does mean there's some difficult things they're going to have to encounter and deal with.
Yeah, I think the first thing is always just to start with curiosity and start as the non-expert. So that's really hard for leaders in particular, because we are looked to be the experts, right? To have the answers, to know the direction, to just march forward. And what I ask leaders to do in that moment is exactly opposite: to take a step back, approach the team and say, this is what I think. What do you think? Where would you go with this? And instead of showing up to be right, to have the answers, to drive your points home, ask yourself instead how to get it right. Yeah. How can we as a team, setting aside the ego, how can we as a team can be curious, ask the questions that will get us to the right place, rather than me driving us towards that place that I am sure of. Right. So just constantly be questioning, be vulnerable enough to say, and I use the acronym WAIT. It's an important one for me. Why am I talking? Right? Often it's I need to be listening. But even if I am talking, am I talking to prove my point, right? Am I talking to drive it home, to say, this is how it is? Or am I talking to be curious, to get it right? And that makes a huge difference for leaders that are jumping into a challenge.
Well, that is the beauty, I think, that where we've come to on the evolutionary use of video conferencing, is that at one time we felt we had to say everything right because it was recorded for prosperity. And now it's like, oh, wait a minute, we're human. It's okay to make mistakes, because that actually stimulates ideas, just as kind of evolution has been caused by mutations. Ideas are kind of mutations of this. So no, I don't think we need to.
It's so true, right? How many failures become the great successes? It's everything from Viagra to rubber to they're mistakes. And no, you mentioned something really good there. And since I'm coming out with this new book, I'm terrified right now, because I'm like, already, it's not even in print yet, and I'm going, I don't know if I totally agree with what I said there. I really feel like I need to update this. And in a world that we live in, where it's very hard to be human when the world doesn't really value humanity, right? Where we're kind of like slapped all the time for our own humanity, for those mistakes, for those failures, for those goofs. I think there's something very refreshing about being very human and showing your humanity.
Yes, the other day I got a response from a comment on, was a comment on YouTube I did, and then somebody responded to that. But that was like 1 year later than I made the comment. And then I got the notification, so I went to read it, and I was shocked. I was in shock how stupid I was 1 year ago. So I say, well, you responded well to that guy, but I'm not that guy anymore. I'm sorry for that.
Well, what a beautiful example, of how we can grow from feedback. And so acknowledging, looking at ourselves and going, I don't even recognize myself. That's beautiful. That's great. That should be our goal, is to put out something that a year later we look back at and go, oh, we're horrified by it, right? That's great.
Thanks for watching. Please comment below and share how you are staying relevant. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the new world of work, learning, and leadership.